How about Snatch Game of Love? We were so ready for it to be your triumphant moment that you wanted the first time. And girl, all you got again was buffooneration.
I was like, am I being punked right now? Is this a joke? Like, for real, y'all? For real? Fucking Gia. Oh.
What was the behind the scenes on shooting that? And what did we not see?
You did not see the girls that were watching, because we were watching, each group was watching. So they were over there watching, sitting on the chairs, going like this to me. I'm so sorry. Just like ailing for me because I was in agony. And the thing of it was because the way I was sitting, the way we were seated, like I had to look her way because I was on the end.
Yeah.
And that's what Ru and all
right.
And I was the only thing that she can cling to. And it was just like, girl, let it go. And she didn't. And that little segment is not nearly as long as it took to film. Right. So that shit got old.
Real quick.
And like we were an hour in and you're still at it, girl. I'm done. So.
How long do those run when you're filming Snatch Game? Like an hour?
Yeah, it takes about an hour to film each group.
Each group. That's a lot. That's a lot
that's
if somebody keeps talking over you. Ooh, honey.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And people are like, if you're a professional, you better push through it. Fuck you, first of all. And I am a professional, second of all. And third of all, what TV show are you on to give you an opportunity to try to figure it out?
Yeah.
Like, the truth of the matter is like, you can only take so much. And like, I was like, what are we doing here? I was talking to production. I was like, what are we doing here for real, y'all? You guys are letting this go on and this is stupid. Like, the only other option was for me to get up and leave. I was this close.
Wow.
This close. I was like, I've had it. Like, it's stupid. So yeah, I checked out. And so,
Didn't go the way you planned.
Did not go the way I planned.
Even with the Holy Spirit of Miss Della Reese looking down on you.
She was like, this fool.
Now, afterwards, you were talking about people coming at you with their opinions. And how is the reaction, the fan base, and how they relate to people on the show changed since your season to now? And how did you experience that after All Stars?
Oh my God, I had no idea. Like, I had heard stories, and I had been in the support system for a lot of my sisters who had gone through it and whatever. But I had no idea. It is toxic to the point where it makes you want to turn off and not participate. And it's not fair to my fans that really do love me because they are there through it all. And they're doing the right thing. They follow my lead, which is I don't participate. You don't catch me in Twitter wars and going back and forth with little people that don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So my fans stay quiet and dormant. Sometimes they chime in and like, you know what I'm talking about, and that's cool. But for the most part, we keep it cute because you gotta be above it if you're gonna be above it. And I'm above all the bullshit. And so they will never know the truths. They would never know what happened behind the scenes and what we went through to get there. All these girls work real hard and spend a lot of coin to get to All Stars. It really, really is expensive, and it really, really is a big investment. And it's great. Mind you, I was on tour. I was on Work the World when I got the call. So we're in Europe.
Right. What do you do and how long do you have?
And then when I get back, I have literally 3 days.
Oh my God.
And one of those days is a travel day to get to LA. And so I get home and I have all the faith that my designers and everybody is coming through, blah, blah, blah. I'm picking up my last things. And when I get to LA, and I get here and I'm telling you, shit hit the fan. Just, I brought backups, and a lot of what you saw on the runway, why y'all saw so many dresses, because they were the fucking backup for the failed attempts that some of these designers have sent me to All Stars for. So I didn't have time to get anything else designed and made.
You got not even a whole day.
We're here.
Yeah.
It's happening. But what do you do? So you go with what you got. And I did. Yeah. And I was proud of it. I was not ashamed at all, regardless. I was polished.
Yes, you were like a diamond.
And the things that you didn't see was the glory that I felt getting the critiques from the judges, just fawning over me. And like, what you don't know is that like, there's a lot of respect in that room and a lot of adoration, and it made me feel good to be there because I was chosen to be there twice. Actually, technically, more than that, you know what I mean? And so it says something, you know? Ru likes to play with me, I like to play with Ru, and you know, that's that. And greater things are on the horizons, having done it. So I'm not regretful.
Right.
I'm just a little disappointed that it didn't go the way it should have gone.
I mean, especially when you had the most golden run of anyone on your original season, where every word that you came out of your mouth was a golden, iconic moment. Yeah, it's hard to live up to that. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. But you know what? I was just still me, you know, and to the bitter end, I'll never change. People were calling me arrogant and.
Yeah, that's a different. You've probably never heard that from the fan base before. Yeah,
never. And you know what? And I'll say this to that: anytime somebody can take their life, completely turn it around, rebuild it, establish a business, become someone successful, someone proud, you have every right to be arrogant about the life that you have designed for yourself. No one gave this shit to me, so you're damn right. I'm a little proud. Yeah, and I've been doing this for 26 years, and these are the facts. There's nothing arrogant about it. There's nothing boastful about it. When I say get here, I mean it. Get here. See if you can sustain for 20 and 30 years. You just came off the fucking truck.
Yeah.
Good. So, you know.
Now, here's something, it might be a touchy question, but you've been part of that Drag Race family for so long, and you come back for All Stars that they've asked you so many times to come back. And then, you know, you said you felt the respect in the room, and you are a beloved Drag Race star. And then when you see the edit, it's something different. And do you feel, I don't know if betrayed is the right word, but
I did feel betrayed. I felt, I was hurt. I felt set up, and I was like, wow, you guys. And it's like, the fact of it is that there was not enough drama. I mean, Gia was there, she knew what she was there to do. And that is why I respect Gia and I get her, you know what I mean? Like, I know she knew what she was there to do, to stir the pot, because there really was no drama between the girls. And so where there is none, that makes the boring season. So we gotta create something.
How can you make the rattle sound if there's nothing to rattle about?
So, here I am, and it's okay. I feel like I feel like everything happens for a reason, and it was a growth and a big lesson to me to let me know that I'm not exempt from the doom and gloom. Now there are certain producers that are in the editing room I know, you know, had a little twisted hand in making those decisions, and you know, it is what it is, you know? And everybody's like, oh, you can't blame it on the editing. Bitch, it's a factor. Yeah, and I did I gave them what they wanted, I gave them what they asked of me, and more. And it just didn't fare out the way that they portrayed it that it was going to. And so I felt lied to, for sure. But it's okay. I learned my lesson. I had great fun. It doesn't change the amazing time I had with my sisters. That experience still, I had a great time. It was a great redemption from season 1. We had a great time, and that was my #1 goal. And I made it further than I did the first time, so there you go.
That's right, and you got back on VH1.
Right, man, so hey, if you want to, I was top 5. I missed it. I shouldn't have went home then. Now, if there was a time I should not have gone home, was that the last one? No, ma'am, Pam. Let's be real, bitch. I was not the worst of the bunch. At all.
That's for sure.
For sure. Okay, but...
Well, speaking of your sisters, one of the best moments of All Stars was when you had your other sister, Tim, aka Alexis Knight. Well, there she is, honey. got to give your bestie her moment as a queen.
God.
And we're actually going to bring Tim out so you guys can talk all about it.
Well, hello, Tim. Hey,
Welcome to Hey Queen, honey.
I'm on Hey Queen.
Yeah. You got Drag Race and Hey Queen. You're a regular Rue girl.
Right?
So, how exciting was it for you when Tim entered the workroom and you figured out what that challenge was going to be?
Oh my God, I could not believe it. I was like, no, he's not coming. I never expected him to be walking through that door, and that scream was real. Like, I was like, but like excited to see him too because of this piece of home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, for real.
And how about you? What were you feeling?
What the hell have I signed up for? I love my sister LATRICE, but am I really about to do this on national TV?
You did.
And then when you get there, and you know, I'm 45, and the rest of them are in their early 20s, and I'm heavy, and they're all skinny, and I'm like, well, this ain't gonna go well. It's probably not gonna go well for either of us, but we're good friends, and we have a 28-year story, so at some point that overrides whether I was a glamour queen or a gospel brunch host.
Now tell me, let's take it all the way back. Tell me about when you guys met and you know how your friendship has evolved over the years.
Well, we met through Color Guard.
Well, it all came together on All Stars for you.
Right. I moved to Miami the end of the summer of 1993 to March Alliance of Miami, and we had guard apartments, and Tim was in the one next to mine, and we became instant best friends, and pretty much had been best friends since '93.
Yeah.
That is history.
Which, you know, the other Judys weren't born in '93, so
That part.
we should have got more airtime.
Now, was that your first time up in drag? I don't remember. I know you talked about it on the show a little bit.
The story goes about 3 months after I was there, I got a wild hair up my ass. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do this because LATRICE was doing it and make it. And so I called everybody to the guard apartment, and I was like, I'm gonna get up in geesh, and we're gonna unveil this. And so I got all dressed up and all pretty, and I walked out the door and I said, welcome Alexis Night, and LATRICE yells, good night, Alexis, good night. And so I went back and took it off and didn't really do it again until then. And so when I was interviewed, I said, I challenged the bitch. Let's see if she can do better 28 years later. I didn't know it was gonna be on TV, but.
And so what was that process of having someone from home in your workplace, the place that made you famous, with all the cameras? What was that experience like?
No, I was glad that it was there because you got to actually be in the moment and see how all this works and see that it's not as easy as it looks and effortless as it looks on television. And so my biggest concern was to make sure that he had a good time, because I know how the experience can consume you and it can either go left or right, you know what I mean? And so my main concern was making sure that he was gonna be okay and he was in a safe place.
And she did protect me. Like there were things that they didn't do right. Like
oh my God.
The Judy challenge, they provided everything. They didn't have a jacket that fit him. They didn't have a jacket that fit me. My tights didn't come up past here,
God,
and at
so
one
bad.
point, LATRICE shut it down. She called the producer and said, stop this shit. You've had fat people on here before. I'm fat, Eureka's fat, he's fat, and I was like, bitch, I'm not fat! And they're like, and she shut it. She's like, no. You can't go to Capizio and buy him tights. You have to get Lane Bryant. You have to get him tights that come up past his knee. And then we lost an hour of getting ready because we had to go to a second fitting.
Wow.
They literally had to cut his tuxedo up the back and put another jacket in there.
Oh, Lord.
My second fitting, the first thing we did in our choreography was this, and my jacket literally went up over my belly and didn't come down. And they're like, you can't raise your hands. I'm like, that's all our choreography. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to do it. We're doing this choreography full out, but they couldn't air it because my belly was hanging out and my tights were down around my knees.
Oh, Lord.
And we got a standing ovation. But they didn't show that because they couldn't show my belly out and my tights around my knees. But everybody in the audience was living their life.
Right.
And so all of a sudden, you know, we thought we had rocked it out. Everybody's like, oh, y'all.
Everybody was like, y'all the team to beat.
Y'all the team to beat.
I'm telling y'all, there's some shit y'all don't know.
Hello, children. To see part 3 of this interview, click here. To see more Hey Qween fabulousness, click here. And don't forget to subscribe, bitch! Hey! Hey! Hey!